accurate towards the top of the standings and compete for these playoff spots and go to Worlds.
Yeah, pressure is on, and
the end is important in all things.
There's just so much defensive options for Apex that they can't kill anyone, and then they're able to come in and turn in a team, and it ends up being a 3-for-0 for Apex, which was the first big play that Team Liquid tried to make, and they were actually in a lot of trouble after this play, but they actually had some good macro plays to start trading turf.
Gameplay got to cut him down as well. Here comes the attempted engage. GVM gonna turn invincible. He's got nothing to do to himself now. Putting into the back line. Pops Zodius still won't go down. The kill comes to who he's next. It's gonna be next. A double kill for Santorin. And it's 650 forced to run away. GVM heals again. This will be a 3-4-0. And whether you can run or not, it feels like energy. And they have gotten several more kills. Lots of kills. They want to probably there. And that is a hard combo to deal with as well.
The composition.
What?
Behind every mask. I provide resources for my clients and my enemies. Be my dance. I serve a discerning clientele. Everyone wears a mask. I just chose to create my own. They call me mad. I'll be I couldn't miss your performance. I deserve it. What? You inspire me. I will make you famous. I get nervous before every performance, but I need that feeling. Symmetry is so boring. I cannot resist it. My talent justifies all actions. Right on cue.
An enemy has been slain.
My critics are usually short-lived. What sweet sadness is killing. Breathe in the atmosphere. I am a slave to this passion. My work asks questions. My pets answers. Your trigger on the loading screen, it whispers for us to act.
Has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
waiting. Yes, they've gone as I. At my best, only
Killing spree. An ally has been slain.
All right.
Death should never be quick. It should be an opera. My genius will be understood eventually. Each word is a song. Requires a certain cruelty.
Enemy killing. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Shall transcend. so difficult to work under these conditions. The ecstasy. The show never ends! I am the singer without a voice, the dancer without legs. One, two, three, four. I envy silence because I must be loud.
An enemy has been slain.
Sublime.
An ally has been slain.
The atmosphere. The world.
Ally has been slain.
This the work.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Until they stop me, I will keep going. There is nothing for me but this. Art should terrify. But I lie every time. I can't live without the euphoria. Smiles and screams. I am pure. My work is pure. I will not suffer this
An enemy has
ugliness.
been slain.
The moment before the shot is painful. Which is the lie? The mask on my face.
Shall we dance?
I must be perfection. I must wait until the composition is perfect. Art must exist beyond reason.
Has destroyed a turret. Has been slain.
How can we make this fresh? They will dance. They will sing. They will die. Each bullet is a piece of my soul. Each shot is a piece of me. My true face. Art is such a fickle thing. No poet's
down.
words could match my craft.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
This would be easier if blood came in more colors. I was paid.
Enemy double kill.
I never hit anyone. It is the performance that kills. It's very simple. A spray of blood. I want to feel
An enemy has been slain.
smiles. If I get this outfit dirty, I'm going to be so annoyed. What? I have a thirst for melodrama. I shall choreograph this affair.
Dominating.
It is only when the fires that I fly. This performance needs more zazz. certain that killing doesn't have to be ugly. I provide catharsis for my clients and
Hermit's been able to get him onto the champions he can excel on. Xerath twice, Vladimir once, and really the third quality game in a row from GBM.
I definitely agree. So now the pressure continues as Energy are going to get the first turret of the game. Kiwi gets sniped the last hit on that one, but 1,500 gold lead for Energy in this third game against Counterlogic Gaming. And again, you talk about the fact that this is not the end of the season for either of these teams. Once they're done with the regular season, almost definitely both these squads will be playing at least one more best of 5. Energy maybe in the promo tournament, CLG in the playoffs, and Energy being in shape coming into that situation is a good spot to be in. If you can beat the, number 3, number 4, number 5 team in North America, you can probably beat a squad like Team Liquid Academy or something. And we'll see if they can make this a successful year for them, and we'll see them in 2017 in the LCS. Yeah. That's the goal, is stay in the LCS one way or another.
You got to be able to reassess your goals, refocus towards them. Obviously, when Energy rebuilt the roster around GBM, their aspirations were playoffs and how far can they go? Can they make Worlds? But as the season hit more and more roadblocks, they have to retool and just kind of think, okay, we're not in playoffs, but we better stay in the LCS like we've got to do in this promotion tournament. And that means towards the end of the season, you have to play for the best seeding as possible, as well as just figure out how to play well. And so far here, the unlocking Santorin, as well as really just focusing around GBM. Instead of just having GBM sit back and passively farm and try and carry late game, almost all of the ganks from the top lane roaming to the support to the jungler coming, it's a party in the mid lane.
Yeah.
And when GBM gets a lead, it allows him to carry the game.
Yeah, it feels like they found things that work well into Malzahar. In the first game, CLG thought the Zillion ban was all they needed to make it work, and in fact, they did win that first game, but now you can see the Hecarim, Maokai, Xerath dives are working, and it's going to be a trade of this top lane turret soon enough for that Drake.
With that being said, though, that Ocean Drake could be huge for CLG, and this game is still only 1,300 gold in the difference, and Malzahar, even though Huhi is 0-2 on it, can still be pretty tremendous in the late game if they can't instantly kill him with clean dives. So by no means is this series over. CLG does have to fight back, though.
They get to steal away a blue buff, nice for them. Energy, actually, they had sent their whole team topside. I thought that top tower was just going to die. They had sent 4 up there. They're going to go for it on this wave instead, waiting for CLG's dual lane to show up. A ward on that brush, Energy hiding away properly here. Sweep comes through and attempts the blue buff steal. Top lane outer should be probably being picked off soon enough. The roams for Smithy. He's going to really try for this one. GBM preemptive Ghost does not want to be picked off. They know the CC layering is scary. Santorin has to smite the blue buff himself. So he actually got the blue. Smithy was able to transfer that. Santorin actually had to smite this one away. So not quite an equal trade. though they both got a blue buff. There goes the Rift Herald, runs away from that one. Pinkboard controlled away by Xmithie, and careful. Yeah, he's going to be fine. No root's going to land, jumps over the wall.
You're saving his tunnel, getting the Rift, the Scuttle Crab control, pretty important. But they have to be able to get over here to protect the mid laner, who he has been just dove over and over again. And now most of energy is here to try and
Both
get him.
lands. The passive is off once again. Thankfully for Huhi, though, his team is around, and CLG will make sure he doesn't get dove just yet under this turret. More poke, and there's a flash engage on a GBM. Arrow's going to turn it back off. He's able to flash to stay alive. Suppression is gone, but now Xmithie going to get rooted up. Silence comes across on a Santorin. More poke coming across. Xmithie on a 400 HP. Quas burns teleport to join the fight. Still did not have to burn that summoner themselves. And they get an extra summoner burned out of the energy top laner. 0 for 0.
Yeah, but also Flash has burned in the mid lane, and considering the amount of support that GBM has been getting, having no Flash against a Hecarim and a Maokai with a Flash usually means you die unless you have a bunch of teammates around you. So I understand the idea for COG to try and get that burst on a GBM, but unless they can lock him down before he flashes away, it's not going to be a kill, and it's just going to mean that Hui's going to be down to Flash for the next game.
Well, then danger on the CLG mid lane. They've got to be careful with this one. The gold lead staying at 1,700. It is fairly close. An Ocean Drake of some use when you're facing against a little bit of poke for yourselves. Ocean Drake on Soraka, by the way, is just absolutely amazing. You have what essentially amounts to infinite health and mana to battery your teams up. So CLG going to feel really good in siege situations, but they've had a hard time closing the games out cleanly. All of the games in this series so far have been won on the back of 5-on-5 team fights. In Game 1, it was a really elegant one by CLG that got them fair into the game-winning push. In Game 2, Energy just could not be stopped as they had that Vladimir dive to the back line, and we may be headed for a very similar situation here with Santorin and Quas diving the back line, GBM putting the damage over top, and CLG has to be able to withstand that situation. Yeah.
In this game, however, Energy has had the better laning phase of all three of the games.
Right.
They approached this stage in games 1 and 2 from a deficit, so the fact they have a lead here, as well as the ability to initiate pretty heavy team fights, does put them in a good position to maybe take the series.
And Energy's going to hope they can do that in their second to last match of the regular season. Oki will knock down the top lane out of a turret. Energy once again up a turret in score and up 2,000 gold. That is an unanswered turret take. It just feels like they've got so much priority in several of these lanes right now. Energy in a good spot. Stixxay playing a bit defensively, knocking the wave down. Quas actually going to stay and hold the lane and again kind of remove the options from CLG's playbook. They're not allowed to push in top lane. Sorry, Maokai's already there to get rid of the minions. There's a sapling. No push allowed. Wait 30 more seconds and gives time for Energy to regroup. Even if Afro fights for minion wave control and for ward control, doesn't matter. Nothing to push the turret with.
Yeah, I will say though, this game is only 2,000 different, and COG is building for the split push. If you look at the way Darshan is itemized already, Black Cleaver first, Pickaxe second, probably going up towards the Frozen Mallet, and the three-man core of Ezreal, Malzahar, and Soraka is really hard to push in for Energy. They'd have to get some very clean dives off to make this a thing. So COG is falling back on what they used to fall back on, right? And I've seen them win a ton of games from similar positions because they just rotate better, they stall out for the right time, and then they find the right team fight. So it is on Energy to not let COG prolong this game with good split pushing.
We'll see that's going to be the case then. Mid lane getting attacked. It's going to lose a fair bit of health. CLG, you just saw a second ago, was able to equalize the turret score in the